Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got an absolutely fantastic show coming your way today. We got this young lady that's been on the show a couple of times. She is so talented. She's doing so many great things, and I looking forward to talking to her about this nonprofit and a lot of other things that she is doing. So I tell you. Hey, Todd, what I normally tell them, grab 8, 9 bags of popcorn because this is coming their way, so.
Yeah, man, and this show is going to be a great one. And you got a bag of popcorn for each thing that your guest does. She's so busy. She's an author, musician, and a true patriot. So, yeah, get those bags of popcorn ready.
So get them ready. So, Todd, what I want to do is match up the television, radio, podcast, everything at the same time. So let's do it.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.C. Cooley.
Life is a series of circles and cycles, phases and stages. These are your experiences that teach you the lessons of life. You can either ignore them or embrace them. Welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. James is a motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the James Cooley Foundation. James is here to equip you to strive for greatness and to overcome adversity. It's time to get equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, James Cooley.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. I am excited. I'm excited about the show today. I'm excited about all of them, actually. But I'm especially excited about the guest that we have on. This young lady, she does so many things, so talented, singing, artist, producing, and now she created this nonprofit that's helping other nonprofits. And I can't wait to get off into the story and just get an opportunity so you all get an opportunity to know this young lady as well. And I tell you, if you want to be part of the conversation, whichever platform you're watching on, whether it's E360 television, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, or over 55 of the live platforms, welcome to the show. And if you want to be part of it, just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have, or you can pick up the phone with the answer, FM 96.1, AM 1170 out of San Diego. All you can do is dial 1-888-344-1170. As you know, I cannot even start the show without the executive producer here and introducing the show, and we're just going to have a great time. How you doing, Dr. Michelle Cooley?
I'm doing great. Really excited about the show today. And we love having this guest on the show. She is so full of energy. She is multi-talented and she wears many hats, but she's going to talk about one of the things that she is focusing on in her expertise. So we're really excited to have her on the show.
Wow. So, Michelle, can you do the honors? Can you please introduce the title of the show, purpose of the show, and introduce this absolutely fabulous guest?
Oh, most definitely. So the title of today's show is Digital Media for Today's Outreach Leaders. And we're getting to have a conversation with media executive, TV host, recording artist, public speaker, corporate spokesperson, and sales professional Amy Scruggs. She's going to talk about identifying pinpoints for nonprofits and service organizations when it comes to marketing. She's going to talk about her experience with Amvets and her work with Rotary International, discuss some basic organizations, what they're doing to create more visibility, and what are the main reasons goals are so important for the future of nonprofits, and how we can utilize today's high school and college generation to bridge any gaps, and workshops being done with Insider and how they can help. So Amy Scruggs, she's been known in country music for more than 15 years, opening for greats including Clint Black, Trace Atkins, Charlie Daniels, and many more. She was a spokesperson for the American Veterans of California in 2009 to 2011. Her career also includes 20 years in sales teams coaching, and she received a bestseller on her book, Lights, Camera, Action in 2021. From 2017 to 2022, she enjoyed her position as TV host for the American Dream TV on CNBC and several other shows. Amy uses her experience as a media executive, TV host, recording artist, and public speaker to help others present a concise and professional message of network, TV, podcast, social media, public speaking appearance, and effective communication skills for work and life. She had a single release in 2022. What If It All Goes Right is on radio worldwide, including reaching number 66 on the Music Row charts, along with being selected for the New York Times Summer 2022 playlist. Please welcome back to the show, Miss Amy Scruggs.
I'm sorry. Michelle, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. Again, I'm sorry. All that shows is how old I actually am.
Oh, how you doing, Amy? How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me on here.
You know, it's always a pleasure having you, Amy. I want them to be able to hear the song, and then we're going into the interview, if that's okay with you.
I'm never going to say no to that.
What if it all goes right?
What if that road that you're taking's a dead end? What if love leaves you all jaded and broken? What if that limb breaks you're climbing out on? Yeah, what if it all goes wrong? But what if it all goes right? What if it all works out? What if the stars line up and good luck rains down? What if you chase your dream and it changes your whole life? Yeah, what if it all goes right? What if that road is a beautiful soul drive? What if that love ends up lasting a lifetime? What if that limb holds you oak tree strong? What if this time nothing goes wrong? What if it all goes right? What if it all works out? What if the stars line up and good luck rains down? What if you chase your dream and it changes your whole life? Yeah, what if it all goes right? What if you jump on a trampoline and touch the sky? Grab a cloud as it passes by. You might fall, but then again, you might What if it all goes right? What if it all works out? What if the stars line up and good luck rains down? What if you chase your dream and it changes your whole life? Yeah, what if it all goes right? What if it all goes right?
Wow. What if it all goes right?
It's hard for me to watch still. You know that?
You know, Amy, I love that song. I listen
Thank
to it
you.
all the time. And,
That-
you know, plus I know you.
Exactly.
that's-
You know that clip at the end with the little girl running off is that was supposed to be that visual of really me, the little girl who had that what if dream as a kid. And I think that all of us as a kid started with the what if I do this? And what if I do that? What if I do this? And so to tap back into that, it just really symbolized that. And I had no idea, as we're going to discuss today, how much this song would become an anthem for nonprofits.
Wow, yeah, and just not just nonprofits, but for everybody, because we all have ups and downs,
Right.
and sometimes we get it right, sometimes we don't expect to get it right, and doing the unexpected, and we make the right decisions and right choice, and then everything goes right. So, Amy, can you tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit more about you? We got 2 minutes before the break.
No problem.
But tell them a little bit more about you, some of the things that you're doing. Then we'll pick it up after the break. Yeah,
Well,
so
what I love that Dr. Michelle, she did such a great job reading the bio. You can see that background. It is extensive. What it means, it's over 20 years of utilizing experiences and tools, jobs, outreach, humans, and great people that come into our lives and gives us the tools to continue and saying, how can I keep melding these together? Learning about human behavior, especially when it comes to our insecurities, our on-camera presence, being comfortable in sharing our message, communication patterns. All of this came about by being a recording artist, by being a TV host, by listening, by working with nonprofits. And what it's allowed me to do now is really combine all of that. Being able to record new music during the pandemic was a dream, and ended up becoming this anthem that allows me to continue this message that is 20 years in the making of saying, we can do this together. We can reach a broader audience. I wish I had had today's digital tools when I was touring back in 2008, 9, and 10. And we have those today, and we can use them for a good cause. And I know we're going to discuss that today.
yeah, we're going to discuss all of those things. We're going to discuss your nonprofit. We're going to discuss other ideas that you have that might be able to help enhance nonprofits that are trying to do well and might not have the right direction. So I tell you what, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a station break. We're going to take a station break. So wherever you're watching us at, whichever platform that is, all you have to do, go to the comment section. Ask any questions that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. Or if you want to call in, all you have to do is dial in 1-888-344-1170. We're going to take a station break, and we're going to come back with a lot more Amy Scruggs after the break. It's your life.
There's more.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
I'm proud of who you are, and one that keeps us close when we're apart. Talking from the darkness of all that we've been through, it seems that there might be a way to leave behind the loneliness we've known and live again life of the need.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I got my absolutely fantastic. Yes, sir. Michelle and I love her to death. And she is, if you know Amy, her heart, wow, just an absolutely wonderful person. And she wears a lot of different hats. And guess what? All of them fit. She wear them well. Yeah, you know,
Sometimes we just buy more hat racks.
Amy, I want to get into one more question.
Yes.
About the intro, and then we go directly into the meat. If a person, what would you tell a person like, wow, Amy Scruggs? Well, she's wonderful. Music, this, that, TV talk show, all of these type of things. If you had to describe who Amy Scruggs is with one adjective, what would that be and why?
Limitless, because I do not believe in putting limits on what I can try. I'm so thankful to say I have experienced this, and I have pursued that, and I have failed at this, and I have excelled at that. And I didn't go into one box and say that's where I sit. I said there's no limits. Who knows what it's going to be in the next decade, but take the limits off. So for me, it's limitless.
Wow. That's I wouldn't have thought about that one with me, but that is, so it is limitless.
Yes.
So Amy, let's talk about the topic of the day. And I know there are different type of digital media tools out there for today's outreach leaders, and especially when it comes to nonprofit, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You've been working with the Rotary Club for quite some time.
Yes.
And I'm sure working with them had created some experiences that you utilize right now and that you push out to others to help them build their nonprofit organization or whatever they're doing. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes. And that experience really started with Amvets back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, because again, another great service organization helping serve our veterans, which, like you being, thank you so much, a veteran who serves our country. There's sometimes a misconception of what these service organizations are doing. The same with nonprofits. There's sometimes a misconception or not the right messaging as to who they're serving and what they're doing. And what I love doing is seeing, okay, where is that disconnect? What's taking place? And for me, it was a lot of that boots on the ground experience. When I was the spokesperson for Amvets for 3 years, I didn't have social media for that. I mean, we had a little bit of Facebook at the time, but that was about it. YouTube was not used like we're using it today for this show. We didn't have StreamYard. We didn't have the platforms. We didn't have Instagrams. I couldn't just put up a reel to explain in a quick clip, this is who the Amvets are and who they're serving. And so we really had to fine tune the messaging, old school, shaking hands, utilizing traditional media, magazines, radio, which I just think, thank you that radio is here today, because radio is still so alive and so important. And when I discuss being a media coach, especially for nonprofits, the word media is in digital media, social media, and traditional media. And all of that combines and goes into digital, because anything we do now, if I get a magazine ad or an article, guess where it goes? And ends up on my social media, right? The same thing. So everything ends up steering into digital, but all of those components are so powerful and so important for a marketing strategy.
For a lot of businesses, a lot of nonprofits and others that do not clearly understand the value of social media, and they are afraid to even bring it in, or afraid to hire somebody, an expert like you, in order to, first of all, get them to understand, and secondly, get their business focusing on the right track. What would you tell them?
It's interesting. There's a lot of fear-based when we talk about social media, especially with our older generations and a lot of the nonprofits and a lot of the social and service organizations. We definitely have older multi-generation members that are a part of it. So it's not just, we're speaking to the youth because they understand this, but there's also training for them on how to effectively use it. And we can train those algorithms. We can train that social media to reach the audience that we are serving, to train it to show us in the feed the things that are empowering what we're also doing and serving, so that we can keep that message going forward. I don't need to reach millions of people. What I want to reach are those people that I'm needing to serve, that I'm helping assist, that are on that same message, that are making the difference in the world. And I have trained my social media, my algorithms to do just that. It's not a message if it's not heard. And if we're putting something out, I tell people, well, I post, that's great, but only 2 people liked it. And one was your mother and the other was your cousin. So maybe it's time that we elevate this. How is the community going to know what you're doing if we don't reach them? Some of these simple tricks to say, I can make this positive. And if we want to see a change in social media, don't we need more positive people putting positive messages and impact out there so that we don't get drowned out? It's time to start doing that. And when we're talking about, even with Rotary, the largest service organization in the world, we should be dominating social media on every platform just by the one hashtag Rotary, just with what we're doing out in the community. And it's time to see that happen. If you're a big nonprofit in your city, you should be dominating the social media in your city so that everybody knows who you're serving and what you're doing. And having these conversations, learning how to do it, has become such an important narrative that we can't ignore it anymore. It's not going away. This is how we live. This is how we reach our audience, and still utilizing those other media platforms. But again, they still filter right into the digital platform.
So Amy, a lot of people might look at this and say, hey, well, she's an expert at this. How can I learn? How can I get an understanding? Or I don't have to be the expert.
No.
But to understand how this is going to help me. Was there some type of training, a skill set, or et cetera, that you have to go to? I'm just saying that if someone was thinking about that one, how would you respond to that?
Definitely. A lot of individuals need that aha training. I call it the aha training. It's not scary technical training. It's, oh, I can do that. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, that's all this would require? Wait, if we all did this one thing, that could level up our visibility. And so for me, it was definitely grassroots, boots on the ground for the last X amount of years, 20 years, as this came out and evolved, and how I was utilizing it in the changing businesses that I needed to do. When I was touring, I had 4 kids in tow out on the road, hitting radio stations and doing this old school, calling the newspapers, making sure I got those features to fill those seats to feed my children. This time I released an album and I never left this desk, and was able to chart in 3 different countries and have it reach New York Times. So there's so many amazing tools. If I can do this for a song, imagine what these amazing nonprofit leaders and service organizations can do with the lives that they're impacting. And so, yes, definitely doing these workshops, saying, okay, how can we break this down simple? And come join me. Come join my partner, Pamela Aubrey, is amazing and has set up as well. We come in and say, here we are. We're going to make this bite-sized. We're going to make this real. I'm not going to teach you something technical that's going to scare you. I'll help you know who you can reach to help you with those things. But there's certain things that if each one of us did in the nonprofit, especially world, would change the algorithms and change the visibility of the people we're serving.
Wow. And, for the people that are out there, they're still trying to put their hands around this. And like, okay, or are there any challenges that they might face if they try to do this on their own? If you don't have the skill set, you go and hire people like you. You guys come in and do it. What are some of the challenges that you might want to bring up to some of our audience and listeners that think that, well, I'm gonna do this myself. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna make it happen without the basic skill set. Got to have the skill set.
You know, the word collaboration is so powerful, isn't it? Collaborate. We take the time, especially when they're doing their fundraising. Okay, collaboration. Make sure you tell everybody, send out this link. We want to raise funds. Go out and pound the pavement and reach all the local businesses and let them know to support this outreach that we're doing. You're collaborating on so many other things. The minute we need something done in a service organization, or we create a committee, there's a committee for everything. But the minute we bring up digital media, the minute we bring up publicity, crickets. So we need to get that fear out of it and say, okay, come together as a committee, utilize the strengths. And the one thing I definitely want to touch on, and we may do that after the next break, is how we are bringing in today's young adults, because this is a powerful part of it, on how we bring them in. And we've raised in this house 6 kids that are between the ages of 18 and 34 now. So I speak this language, and I can tell you, roping in these kids to say, be a part of our mission. And I want to discuss that in the next break, more about kids. But for those that are letting go of that fear and collaborating, if someone has a better skill than me in a certain category, I say, I need you, because I can't do everything by myself. I know where my lanes are and I know where they aren't. And if all of us assess that and say, where is my lane? What can I do? What can I do? The person next to you might be able to fill that gap. The problem is we're just not seeing that implemented when we talk about marketing and digital media. And that conversation needs to go to the top, because when we craft our message of who we're serving, but we don't put it out there, then it was all for nothing.
Wow. I can't wait to get to the next segment, because we're going to go off into all of those great things. And I tell you, I told you all at the beginning to grab you 8-9 bags of popcorn. You know, I'm down to 4. And we still got 2 more segments to go.
Let's do it.
So, hey, Michelle, bring me some more popcorn. No, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the platform that you're watching this on, or you pick up the phone, call directly to the radio station at 1-888-344-1170, FM 96.1, The Answer, AM 1170, The Answer, San Diego. And I tell you, regardless where you're at in the world, we'll get you on and we'll get you an answer. Remember, it's your life. And we'll see you shortly.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
There's much truth in a journey that ain't over yet, as all of us journey through life's precious gift of time, just like I have. Hi, I'm Todd Pierick, the producer of The James Cooley Show.
Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z and other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection. Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, I am sitting back here, almost missed the commercial break. I almost missed everything. Hey, Todd, don't get mad at me. Yeah, I was into
Caught it. I caught it.
Todd,
I distracted myself.
Hey, Todd, I was in the conversation. Don't get mad at me, man.
It's all good, Jay.
That's my great producer, Todd Perrett, the answer FM 96.1 AM 1170. Hey, Todd, what you think about the conversation so far?
Well, it's a great show. Amy's always a great guest and very inspirational. I give her props, and I just can't figure out where she finds the time to do all the stuff she does.
Yeah, man. She's a wizard, man. I mean, she can probably make about 10 or 12 of her because she's doing so many things. And especially when it comes to the Rotary, I love Rotary.
Me too.
And all the great things that they're doing. And I'm loving what Amy is doing. Her and Pamela is doing with the nonprofit, and like helping other nonprofits and other organizations get a better understanding that sometimes it requires help. It requires you to go outside of your comfort zone. It requires you to bring in people that's going to help you out. And many nonprofits and many organizations, they don't want to spend the money, but guess what? You can either you're gonna end up spending money regardless,
Right.
because there's two formulas of getting things done: current behavior plus intolerable pain equal change.
Yep.
Current behavior and staying in the past, sooner or later, that means not using the brain, equals pain. If you want your organization to thrive, you have to be able to, first of all, get in the century that you're in. I mean, right now we're in the 21st century. And you have to be able to be willing to change different things. Bring in people that's going to help you out, help you grow, and get your organization best as you can. And I believe that my great friend Amy and her partner Pamela and other that are working with this, you might want to reach out to them. And Amy, how can they reach out to you and Pamela if they wanted to just pick your brain and learn some things?
I love that you asked that, because the answer is really also key to what we teach. Anytime we want to find something, you Google, right? If you Google my name, you can't miss me. And you're going to find me on every platform, and you're going to see the same message. Mediainsider.org is our site that you can go right to if you're interested in workshops for your nonprofit or your service organization, mediainsider.org. But if you can't remember that, and you just remember, I liked hearing from Amy Scruggs, you cannot miss me. I have trained those algorithms to know who I am and who I serve, and you will be able to find me, and I will get you right to Media Insider.
Yeah. So, Amy, so I know you got to work with a lot of different organizations. What organizations, if you can talk about, you don't have to get names, that has embraced what you and Pam are doing, and you got any good news stories or any of that?
I do, I have one story that's my favorite to share, and I can tell it in the elevator pitch version here. But one of the organizations I started with in this advising 5 years ago is Saddles and Service. They're an incredible equine therapy organization for our veterans, first responders, active duty military for PTSD. Amazing, amazing ranch down here in San Diego that is making a difference in saving lives and saving veterans with PTSD and also stopping suicides. When we came together 5 years ago, they were barely raising enough funds to keep the horses fed. They use rescue horses. So what we did is put together that simple first steps. And the first step was getting local news out there to talk about who they are and who they were serving in the community. They have a ton of volunteers that were coming on board now to say, we want to help. They had more horses coming in. That news footage opened up to being displayed in a documentary that was for PTSD. That documentary won awards. That got in front of Discovery Channel, who's been out there twice. And I can tell you now, 5 years later, that ranch now has 3 ranches in 3 different states. They served 346 first responders and military and veterans. They prevented, I think it was like 30 suicides, and they have enough volunteers and 6-figure funds coming in to expand and bring on a brand new ranch and new retired Border Patrol horses. The power of media, learning their message, learning how to put it out there, what to do with the footage once they had it, and letting people become a part of their mission and saying, how can I help? That is one of the best examples that I have walked through and can say I've watched it from start to finish for 5 years. And this is what's happening now as other organizations and clubs that I'm starting to work with Rotary, other nonprofits that I've worked with, and seeing them now go into these next stages of success.
I had them on a couple of times, of course, from your recommendation.
Yes.
They've been on my show, and it's amazing.
Tammy knows her stuff, doesn't she?
And Tammy said, next time you got to come up at the ranch and do a show. One of these days, I'm gonna take her up on that.
You really need to take her up on that.
But not when it's raining like it is.
But there's only 5 days out of the year here in San Diego, so we need to get you out there. But I'm so glad that you have met Tammy and you have heard their mission, and that's the real deal. Their growth, and there's so many amazing people that have been a part of their growth. But when you add in that marketing plan, when you add in the fact that she put publicity and marketing at the top of priority, that's allowed them to grow and bring in the resources they needed to thrive.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the goals that you and Pamela want to reach. I know we have immediate goals, which is short term, long-term goals, and goal goals. So let's talk about some of each, but what are some of the short-term goals that you and Pam want to achieve, and what would that do in putting you in the next year where you adding on complete need goals, adding on to a longer term goals, midterm goals is what we call them. So,
well, what is so fun is utilizing the tools we have, just like we're doing today. Being on your show is a part of those beginning goals of saying, getting the word, spreading the message. This is who we are and this is who we're serving. We're serving those that are serving. And there's so many times that great individuals love what they're doing. They're passionate about the organization they're serving. They're passionate about the 501 they created. They're passionate about being Rotarians or in Kiwanis or Lions Club or all those amazing service organizations that are there, but they don't see outside that box. So we're saying we're here to help and getting that message out that they can come in and join these online workshops. I mean, who would have thought for me 10 years ago that I could be helping nonprofits online, that we didn't have the capabilities, and now we can flip a switch and put 100 people into a Zoom meeting. We're keeping it more limited than that so we can really help specifically, but we're doing 5-week challenges where each week is a different topic to get them up and going right away. And we also offer full concierge service for the year that we help you oversee your marketing plan. And so our goal is continuing to grow that. What I love is that something like this, especially when it's from the heart, it takes care of itself. Those that are supposed to be with us are finding us. I'm too old to push and strive or worry. What I do is just say, okay, God, you lead in the right people. Show us those that we're supposed to serve so we can help them serve. And it's like opening that floodgate. You build it, and it's amazing. Pamela did an incredible job building the back end of what we can do on this. And I am just boots on the ground for the last couple of years, over and over again, speaking the language of these amazing service organizations and just saying, come to us. I just want to say, come to us. We're here. And as I shared in last week's workshop with one of the wonderful leaders that we had in there, who has started asking a lot of questions, I said, hold on, trust the process. You're overthinking it. Don't overthink your marketing. Don't overthink what you're afraid of with digital marketing or social media. Trust the process, that maybe one simple change, maybe just reaching out to everyone in your sphere and saying thank you is going to change your visibility. There could be something so simple. And so in these workshops, what we're doing is really helping that. And I think that we're going to be able to reach a broader audience. I'm thrilled that Rotary International has asked me to come speak on this topic at the International Conference in Singapore this May. So I will be doing a breakout room in front of Rotarians from around the world, having this exact conversation and inviting them into these workshops. And I'm just absolutely thrilled that this opportunity is here at this phase in life. You know, I've had my moments. I've had the most incredible moments on the biggest stages, sold out crowds, singing in stadiums, honoring our veterans. For example, my last huge show in a stadium was for opening for Toby Keith, and now we just lost him last week. Oh, my heart just broke. I've had my moments and I know what it feels like. Now I get to help others have their moment for something that's even greater. A passion of serving, helping homeless, helping fight disease, helping fight mental health, helping fight all of those things that we are facing in the world today. There's an organization for all of it. Right now, we're working with a great organization that's helping disabled individuals find employment, helping educate employers on disabled individuals. There's so many great work out there, and there's so much that we don't know about. We can change that. Let's help the world know what's out there and what resources we do have instead of what we don't have.
You are so eloquent in the way that you put things. I mean, it's just, to me, if somebody was sitting on the fence and they listen to you for 5 minutes, they, oh man.
Well, I can tell I just don't enjoy it at all.
No, but what I'm trying to say is when it comes from the heart, it shows, it comes from the heart, and we know what we have to do in order to do this. And congratulations on the Singapore thing that I think you're going to love. Have you been there before?
I have not. This is going to be really fantastic opportunity.
I love Singapore. That's the cleanest country.
I've heard that. You go to jail for putting gum on you can't chew gum, and if you put trash on the ground, you're done.
Been there many, many times. It is so wonderful there. And I know that you're going to have a great time. You know what, Amy? We're going to take a station break.
Fill your popcorn.
I'm not going to be late with Todd this time. Yeah. So we're going to take a station break. And we're going to come back. And we're going to pick it up and we're going to talk with Amy Scruggs some more. Amy, I'm down to my last bag of popcorn. Wow. I'm going to have to kind of like spare. I just eat a couple of the grains at a time. But I tell you what, regardless of what you're watching us on or listening to us on radio or whatever, we'll be part of the conversation. All you do is put the question. Ask any question that you might have. Or pick up that phone. 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. Remember, it's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
There's more stories of greatness to help you overcome adversity. Coming up on It's Your Life with James Cooley.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
What if that road that you're taking's a dead end? What if love leaves you all jaded and broken? What if that limb breaks your climbing out on? Yeah, what if it all goes wrong? But what if it all goes right? What if it all works out? What if the stars line up and good luck rains down? What if you chase your dream? Changes your whole life. Yeah, what if it all goes right? What if that road is a beautiful soul drive? What if that love ends up lasting a lifetime? What if that limb holds you oak tree strong? What if this time nothing goes wrong? What if it all goes right? What if it all works out? What if the stars line up and good luck rains down? What if you chase your dream and it changes your whole life? Yeah, what if it all goes right? What if you jump on a trampoline and touch the sky? Grab a cloud and
Welcome back to James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And, Amy, I'm going to tell you it's your fault. I'm going to be singing your song for the rest of the day, probably the rest of the night. I know Michelle going to get tired of me singing that because I do it all the time. But the thing is this, we have a plan. And we sometimes know that there's going to be some missteps. There's going to be whatever. And we fall down.
Mm-hmm.
Many times we don't want to get back up.
Right.
But we get back up, we get pushed back down. Every time we fall down, I believe that we need to learn a little bit more where the fall is going to be softer, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Yes.
And then, we get knocked down a couple more times, but now kind of like a marshmallow. We have adjusted, and then we readjust little bitty things, and then we go through and start doing these things again with some adjustment. Amy, well, what if it all goes right?
Right? During the commercial, I was thinking, what if, Dr. Cooley, you had such a waiting list, 3-4 years booked out of guests of community and nonprofit leaders that realized, wow, I want to be on this show to share my message and our outreach. What if you are so sick of nonprofits and leaders wanting to come on and talk about what they're doing? And I teach this to what if we make the news sick of us? What if people took a bolder step to say, I'm ready to share my message? And even just saying, I'm going to reach out to Dr. Cooley and say, can I share my message on your show? I'm going to get my talking points ready. I'm going to collaborate with those around me to make sure it makes sense. And we're going to spread the word about who we're helping.
You know what? And I say this, I would love for that to happen. And they would get the Amy Scruggs price. I mean, of course, you always get the Amy Scruggs price, you and Paula. and you know what that is. But I would love to be able to assist um, other nonprofits, other organizations. We fill up pretty quickly now. But minimum charge is what I told Michelle, uh,
I love it.
especially
Because you're
when
doing such amazing things here. My goodness, you've got a platform that's reaching thousands and thousands of people every day.
I would love to team with you and Pamela about getting those nonprofits and other organizations out there. But you need to let them know that there is a cost.
Of course.
TV, radio, all that, there's a cost.
And
Now,
they have to send popcorn.
well, they're going to have a popcorn audience. But we can do that because, especially if I get guests like you, come on.
We'll train them. We'll have them ready.
I love to have you and Paula on the show. I haven't met Pamela in person yet.
Oh, you're going to love her. She's on
I bet
next.
she's wonderful as well. So, but you're doing so many great things out there. Nonprofit, just like you mentioned, Tammy, with Saddles and Saddle. I mean, she's wonderful. She's doing so many great things. And yes, they struggled for a little bit, but now they are in 3 states, like you said, and a lot of first responders, firemen, police, sailors, Marines, all that. They're getting the treatment that they need.
Yes.
And it takes someone like you and Pamela with your organizations to be able to help and teach and train these and any other nonprofits out there, or not just nonprofit, but just organizations. If you want to be a cohesive organization, if you want to be a fine-tuned organization, you need to reach out to my great friend, Amy Scruggs.
Thank you.
And
We can help craft your message, help you represent.
Yes, and her business partner, Pamela Aubrey. And I believe that I trust in them. I believe in them. I've been knowing Amy 7, 8 years now, something like that. I don't know. And it's absolutely fantastic. So Amy, we're down to about the last 2.5 minutes of the show. What I always ask is, wow, what are some of the things that you want to leave our viewers and our listeners with? And also give them the information how they can reach out to you all and enlist you guys' services.
Mm-hmm. Again, I would love to reiterate, don't be afraid to collaborate. And nonprofits should be collaborating with each other. There is strength in coming together. Those that are out there serving, those that are saying, we're here to help. Coming together, there is such strength in the numbers. This is why you see a growth with service organizations, because there's the different clubs. We're still part of one unified team. And reach out. Say, I need the support. Don't be afraid of the changes in today's world. It is hard. And we've got our young adults right now that are terrified about what their future holds. And we need to reach out and say, partner with us. Get these kids in high school, college to say, here, we're going to help you with internships, community service points. Help us with our presence. Help us with our social media. We're going to help mentor you. We have got to take this gap out and bring us all together so that we are ready to reach the world in a greater way.
Wow. It's amazing that you guys put this nonprofit, Rotary nonprofit, together in such a short length of time, and it's working. It's working, and you guys just helping others out.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about your event in Singapore. Got 1 minute. I'm curious.
That's the international conference for Rotary International. So I get to be a teensy little piece of an amazing 5-day conference where people from around the world come together. But I get to speak on this for about an hour, and I am just thrilled to represent my fellow Rotarians here from California, but from the U.S. and say, okay, let's level up our visibility. And mediainsider.org is where you can go to find us. We are running workshops for any nonprofit, any service organization or service club. We are here to make this bite-size easy and get you into a better frame of mind for putting the word out there and utilizing today's tools.
Tell them one more time how they can reach you.
mediainsider.org, or just find Amy Scruggs. Google Amy Scruggs. You will get right to me and I will get you there.
Amy, it's always a pleasure having you on the show, my friend. And
it's an honor to be with you.
You know that you're welcome anytime. You already know that.
Thank you.
And so I want to thank you for taking the time to come on the show. I'd like to thank Pamela, even though one day I'm going to get a chance to meet her. Paula Shaw, my great friend.
Yes, she's on the board of directors with the nonprofit that's housing and helping the engine behind this. So thank you.
I'd like to thank Todd, Kevin, my great producers at Answer FM 96.1. You can listen to us every Sunday at we're in prime time there. FM 96.1, the Answer, AM 1170 Answer, or we're in prime time at 11 a.m. every Sunday morning. And so I want to thank them. Most important, I want to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. And I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning in to the James Cooley Show. Like always, dream big, think big, and be big at everything that you do.
Thanks for joining us for the James Cooley Show. It's your life. To learn more about Dr. James Cooley and how you can support the show or become a guest, visit CooleyFoundation.org. Join James for more motivation and inspiration to help you become equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. This has been It's Your Life with Dr. James Cooley, where you learn how to dream big, think big, and be big in everything you do.
It's Your Life is sponsored by James J.C.